Nothing really back this week, but it has been noted on this podcast that I consider myself Spiderman just from my like reflexes. You know, nothing like the dude in San Francisco this week. Real life Spider-Man who climbed that, what was it, Salesforce?
The Salesforce Tower.
That was giving me anxiety looking at those videos.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Someone said it was in like either protest of abortion or like or pro-abortion. It had something to do with his stance on abortion, didn't it?
So I thought it was climate change. I know it was in like trying to get people's attention for something. What the hell has gotten into people's minds? Like, you know what? Let's set myself on fire. That'll get people talking. You know, I'm going to climb Salesforce building. Oh my God. He had no ropes. He was literally free soloing a building.
Scared at all either. Did you see the videos of like the people from inside, like the workers inside the building filming him?
That was the worst one. Yeah. It's like people are just like, gotta respect this dude just climbing for what he thinks. Like, fuck no. I assume he got arrested though. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I think he got to the very top and was just basically immediately handcuffed and arrested.
The cops accidentally like nudge him. They're the reason he falls at the top.
Yeah. What's even the charge there though? Like, is it just trespassing?
Yeah, on like property, I guess. Who knows if it's city property? Depends who owns that building. That was a tall fucking building. Like,
it's I think it said it's one of the tallest buildings in the United States.
Yeah. People are crazy. Yeah, I thought it was climate change. I could have been wrong there. But did you guys see I think what's fascinating now is all the people that are getting footage of like, did you see that tornado in in Kansas and all the fucking filming that was there where it's a skinny ass tornado and it just rips up debris.
Dude, that shit was violent. That scared me.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's all those houses there, and the guy's like, should we go inside? It's like, maybe, dude. You have to die.
Like 6 interns up to Iowa to like check out this construction project. On the way, we lose service, and we're very clearly driving into like black. But we pull over to a Walmart, and so we go in to go pee real quick because we've been driving for hours. Come out, and this we come out to chaos, dude. People are running into this Walmart and we're sitting there like, we barely know each other's interns. And I'll start stepping outside and dude, there's like a big funnel cloud coming down. And there's a chick who's working at Walmart. She's like, either you're in or you're out. Like yelling at people, waving them on like third base to home. We're fearing for our life in the back of Walmart, in the middle of nowhere, Iowa. The back doors bust open and start flooding. Water starts coming in from the warehouse, and we're dude. I was like, there was a slight moment. I'm like, my buddy looks at me and was like, "This is it. We're going down."
Nothing like being in a Walmart, like a natural disaster.
Dude, that's what I said too. I was like, "What's the one spot that gets hit in all these small town disasters? Walmart's." Like, I'm next.
Dude, I remember St. Louis had that. Didn't it like take out the airport? When I think we were in Connecticut, Brendan, and it was like St. Louis has their fair share of scares, and that this is Kansas, like that too is kind of like, oh shit, that's just kind of
actually tornadoes. I've been fascinated by them ever since that, and they said that they've been the new like Missouri is now considered like Tornado Alley, where previously it wasn't. Is more Oklahoma and like up north, but I don't know. Yeah, that is freaky stuff. But we drove through the aftermath, and it was just like I just looked up that Kansas one. Like it's just like that. It's just things are just scattered. There's cars everywhere. It's nuts.
Those were those tornadoes in December too that went through like 5 states were nuts. It's sketchy times, climate change. This was crazy. Grass is outlawed in Nevada. So like the drought
One.
is so bad in the Southwest that they, you know, in like Arizona and all those places where it's the desert, but you see resorts with all this nice ass grass. That's just for aesthetic appeal. So they literally outlawed it and they're going through everyone's property and ripping up this grass turf because you're basically watering turf just for nothing, like no reason. But think about dogs. Like, what the fuck are you going to do now that there's no grass anywhere?
So what are people's yards then? Just straight dirt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's almost like desert, like cactus shit.
Yeah, there's.
Guarantee they're going to move to like a turf.
I went to visit my girlfriend's brother who lives there, and I don't think he had like even out where their bushes are. It's just like rocks and concrete.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I love Arizona. Like I would love to spend a good amount of my time there, maybe like winter months, but like I don't know if that's my dogs would probably hate it there, you know? So that would be my one thing. Yeah, so
Ruby
no more
lives down there.
yeah, no, Kevin Schumacher lives in Scottsdale, which is bumping as well. Okay, last thing on climate, and then we'll get down to business, of course. The New York Times article, climate migration, right? Okay, so all these animals, it's not going to really affect us too bad, kind of, but the real thing is all the animals getting away from the equator. So like South America, Africa, you know, as it keeps getting worse and worse, they're going to be moving north. And they're going to be interacting with animals that they have never been before. And now the worry is even more viral diseases are going to be forming in the future. COVID's done. COVID's yesterday's news. Like CBS is crushing earnings. I'm watching CNBC all day, but like COVID tests are down, all this shit. But you know, we're basically fucked for now until eternity.
Fuck, we're about to get like super COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
From like a squirrel interacting with some weird equator creature.
Right.
That's
Dude,
we're gonna see some weird shit.
Yeah, they say there's with. I guess I might have just missed what you said, but they said with climate change too, there's like what's the fucking word? Not diseases, but like bacteria or whatever that humans have never been exposed to.
Yep.
It's frozen in ice, and if that melts, then like that's gonna cause a shit ton of crazy diseases.
Yeah.
Dude, they're living up there too.
That's why people are lighting themselves on fire. Okay, in other government news, RIP for cig smokers. It's beginning. The FDA is proposing a ban on menthol cigarettes. I think we talked about on an episode, you know, if not a year ago, how Sweden already kind of did this, but they were like, hey, we're basically outlawing all cigarettes in the next 10 years. I think the USA is trying to do that. Like they're trying to eliminate smoking for the next generation. And I think it might work. I mean, it's crazy to think where we came from ripping heaters in airplanes. I would have loved that and hated that. To now it's kind of like, you know, an outcast.
That's what Australia did. If you were born before a certain year or after a certain year, you're not allowed to buy any form of tobacco or nicotine.
Yeah.
Damn. I have a theory though that like the vapes and like Juuls are worse for you than cigarettes are.
No, I agree. That dude, the vape scare during all that shit. I stopped smoking a vape like weed pen just because I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be like getting bubbles in my chest. There was a dude I knew who literally you know, I think this was true. He went to the doctor. He was blowing so many clouds. He had vape juice in his lungs.
Yeah.
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 It's also, you got to think of like kids, like you can do it anywhere it doesn't smell. Like you can do it 24/7, like laying in bed.
Oh,
like,
young kids love it. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I was the guy in St. Louis when I was 18 going down to my unfinished closet and ripping a heater. You know, but yeah, that now kids are just vaping, hiding their vape under their pillow.
Yeah, it's way easier to do it just constantly than smoking a cigarette would be.
Right. And it's so easy to get away with the smell of cigarettes, you know, all that shit.
If you ever were to like, smoke a cigarette when you're between, let's just call it middle school, like 13 years old and up, and like come back into the house, no chance you get away. Like, imagine.
Yeah.
And now you have kids just.
I'm 2 weeks off the vape for all our fans.
Really? Hey, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on what the Swedes are on now. We're on the
That's one of those. That's one of the staples of the visual audience is the ghosting of the vape. But 2 weeks without you, I caved the other day. I went for a cigarette. It had been so long that since I actually bought a pack, I literally almost keeled over when I saw the price. It had been so long. I was like, it was $11. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was just like, it had been a long day. I'm like, I got boned by. I drove all the way out for a broadcast. I was told one time, and it was 2.5 hours later. So I was like, fuck this. I'm like, go and buy a heater. Smoked one cigarette, hated it, just threw the pack out. I was like, fuck, waste of money, but I had to just get rid of it.
Good.
Jack and I shared a cigarette this weekend. We were at the bar on the patio, and we're like, fuck, we really want a cig right now. So we're just looking around, and we found this girl who had a pack. I was like, all right, I'll go ask her for one. I was like, hey, I'll pay you. Or I was like, can I have a cig? She's like, $20. I'm like, how about $5? She's like, how about a vodka lemonade? And I was like, all right, fine. So I was like, let me smoke this cig first. So me and Jack just split it and then made the great escape. And
Brendan's like, all right, go. We like put it out. He's like, go.
Just slipping by people. Wait, where did that kid go? Yeah, no, that's the thing though. How fire is an illegal cig gonna be? You know, when they're just in short supply. That's what. Yeah, I'm totally that mood. Hey, $1 for a cig. Yeah, here you go, buddy. I'm like, I'm trying to quit.
Dude, I think that's America. They're gonna have trouble with that. With like, there's people in the South and stuff, and like if they do it like with like all tobacco with like dip, like people are gonna. How is dip allowed? You know, that's the thing too. But I never, I loved a good cigarette. I didn't fuck with menthol at all. Like it was like you're brushing your teeth. I didn't like I was cutting my lungs up extra. I just like the good old 27. My aunts are on menthol heavy.
So that's got to be even harder for them.
Virginia
it's
like, Slims.
Yes,
like
Virginia. Yeah. The most exotic cigarette, I would say for sure. The Winstons, they looked like a pretzel. I couldn't believe the FDA was doing that. Like it's, what would they ever do that to alcohol? I guess they did with prohibition, but like, would they ever just be like, all right, this is, not well for the public to keep selling? But
I don't think they would do that again with alcohol. I think that was too big of an outrage.
So much revenue. It costs so much crime with like bootlegging and stuff. There's no way.
Right.
Exactly. Same with like, I was just imagining like the drug dealer dealing cigarettes when you said like when trying to get a illegal cigarette, it's like, oh damn, buy a carton now type thing. Like,
yeah. Should we get some cigs for tonight? I'll pick up 3 from the guy down the block. I mean, it's going to be like not prison, but kind of like, how like people like that's a coveted item in prisons is like cigarettes like that. All of a sudden that's going to be people going out want cigarettes.
I feel like also like it comes with the whole idea of let us do it like because it's a free country type of thing. And like, people who want to do it are still going to continue to do it. So they're just fighting that battle. And
it's going to be harder though. I mean, you're going to be paying a price.
That's their only like way out is just making it too expensive. Like I know in Denver, like in the mountains, same thing. Like I think like a can of dip is like $15 in the mountains.
That's robbery.
Yeah.
That's a robbery. I've definitely saved a lot of money from not smoking anymore. Okay, well, we're getting less and less free because it's leaked that Roe v. Wade is overturned. I don't really have much here. It's just got to be fucking scary times that we're living in. It's like, good God, why are we moving backwards? That's so fucked. Enough with there's no argument for this. I don't understand why we would do this, but that's the name of the game, and it's been carefully plotted. I mean, Republicans they're the minority. Almost now, I guess, it's shown in recent elections, if you go by popular vote, but they know how to win. And damn it, they know how to pull all the levers. Like, so this has been a long time coming. And, what's next? They're doing this. Okay, that doesn't affect any of us, all male box, but we obviously know that it should be a woman's choice. But I'm worried what's next. Is gay marriage all of a sudden off the table? Is that getting reversed? What is getting reversed now? Scary shit.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with kind of like everything you said there. It is kind of wild. I just hate when it gets like out of control via the internet. Like when people start kind of getting ridiculous on both sides, of course, but they start to say things just, I feel like, out of context, and then it blows out of proportion. It triggers people. It just, keeps going.
Yeah, everyone's fighting about everything. I mean, it's just like, I guess every generation's gone through hard times, right? Like people who probably went through trying to fight for this is the difference is, and it's kind of why it's selfish, but it makes it easier, is we have so many distractions. We could just do, we could do whatever we want. We could go on Netflix and try and not think about, how this is going to kill women. Like, it's such a fuck situation. But we're here for the hijinks. You could go to Ben Shapiro's show for the Roe v. Wade opinion. Okay, well, we got to stay in the courts because I saw this and I kind of knew about it, but it still floored me when I saw it again. Amber Heard used to date Elon.
I did not know that either. Wow.
Okay, so we just looked it up. Yeah, and like, was there anything? Have you been following the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial? Is there anything noteworthy there from that trial?
I mean, I've just been like looking at the funny ass videos of Johnny Depp basically getting like cross-examined or whatever and stuff like that, and his responses and reactions are
the
just
dude
so
who objected to himself. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, what are we dealing with here?
And he's like telling the story of when she shit in his bed.
Yeah, that was the headline. Yeah, Amber Heard shitting in Johnny
It's so ridiculous.
Bed. What are your thoughts from the trial other than her shitting in their bed together? Apparently she feels nothing for Elon. Just how did she fumble that bag where she's at trial with Johnny Depp and not Elon?
Well, I mean, her and Johnny Depp like literally were like mentally and like physically like just attacked each other for like months and like years, and like she originally like said that, I don't know how much you follow, but originally like said he was the one who was domestic abusing, but
right,
he had all these secret like recordings and stuff, which I don't know how he has all that, but like of her literally saying like, you're a white man, no one will believe you, you should do it. And I didn't realize that because of all his shit that happened, that's why they cut him from the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So that's why the amount is like the projected amount that he would have made from that movie. I didn't know all that.
And work he could have got after. I mean, we haven't seen him in shit since.
Yeah.
By the way, on the recording your combos, you got to be careful about the laws of where you're at. Just fair warning.
Right. If it's admissible too in court, all that different stuff. I finally caught up. I was pissed. I caught up with Better Call Saul, but I don't have I didn't even know this was a thing. AMC Plus. So I gotta fucking wait until the season's over and then like a couple months till it's on Netflix.
Fuck.
All right, I gotta double down on my Batman take, but not yet. That's coming up. This is ridiculous. You were just talking, or someone was just talking about how well, no. So Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were the definition of toxic. What is the definition for this? MGK and Megan Fox drink each other's blood.
How about that?
Fire.
Did you guys see the head of the like Vampires of America like reached out to him?
Come join us.
I didn't even know that was a legit group.
Yeah, some group. I'll try and figure it out because I don't want to.
Free stay in Transylvania.
Yeah, but they like reached out to like head administrator or something. He was like, he just basically let them know like, this is how you should do it because there is like chance of like cross disease and all this stuff. And it's like, I think everyone knows that by now, but
I don't know what, there couldn't be anything. I wouldn't do that. Like, what the fuck? What would make you do that? Did you guys see the MGK Sunday conversation with Caleb Presley where he literally just said fucking nothing? Like, he didn't even.
Dude, it was so awkward.
I know.
I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was just weird.
I couldn't watch it because that tattoo on his Adam apple freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, it freaks me out too. That must be like painful to get also.
Another thing where it's just like, why? Why would you?
I saw on Twitter that he said after this album, he's making his return to rap.
Okay.
Someone said, dude,
I'm here for that.
Someone said he just needs to retire and just quit it all.
Dude, I think he's put out two good, emo rock, emo girl, two good fucking song or albums of punk rock. I didn't think he was a bad rapper.
I didn't either.
What was it? His song with Quavo. Is that Trap Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a good song. I think he's just killing it. Dave Chappelle gets jumped on stage, and then his crew proceed to literally deform this guy. Did you see those videos? And how about that? How did they let that happen? It looked like a cool event wherever he was doing that show in LA. And yeah, I didn't see a video of him getting attacked on stage, but that's nuts.
It's the Hollywood Bowl.
Dude, he
in LA.
barely got attacked on stage. Like, in all fairness, I guess, compared to what they did to him. But
bro,
like,
that dude looked like Quasimodo, but his hump was coming out of his right pec. Like that was fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear Chris Rock's joke?
Dude, yeah. I mean, Chris Rock was probably like sitting front row, and he's like, "I have to get this line in." He just like rushed up stage. Hey, was that Will?
That's was he in the back with them, or is it like that's
Jamie Foxx was there? It was an event.
What even is the Hollywood Bowl?
It's like just a big like amphitheater type thing.
Yeah,
like they have like.
I've never been to LA.
It's not the event. That's the venue. It's called the Hollywood Bowl.
It's not an event. It's the venue. Okay.
Pretty sure it's what they call the Greek and get him to the Greek. I could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah. I was shocked at videos coming out of that. I was under the impression that Dave Chappelle took away your cell phones for his events. Like it's that exclusive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. I don't know if this is interesting to anyone, but James Corden is leaving late night. Is there a replacement you guys have in mind who would be good, or is this the signal of the end of late night TV? Because I've seen it coming from a long time. Who was watching that except for your, empty nester parents?
I think it's getting to the end. Like everyone gets hated on now who does late night TV. I don't really watch it, but I just see a bunch of Twitter takes about, Fallon, Kimmel, Corden.
I still like Fallon. I don't really enjoy.
Fallon's good he does a lot of shit on social media, like so he stays relevant that way, I think. I think Corden was funny too. He did some funny segments, but I don't know if that was like, I don't think CBS wanted him out. Like he's probably looking at the writing on the wall. He's like, do I really want to keep doing this?
Yeah. Carpool Karaoke was pretty fire with some of the people he had on there.
And it's some killer guests. Like he had relevant guests.
I'm sure he's made connections and he's probably gonna like seek other career ventures, right?
He wanted to go back to London too. I think I read. I ran into Kelsey was obsessing over running it. We saw James Corden at the US Open. And we actually got a picture with him. But yeah, he is now leaving.
They need to if they're cutting all those people, they need to get Trevor Noah the fuck out of there. He's the least funny person ever.
Comedy Central, yeah. You got
who's he not funny?
Colbert. Well, I saw who was it? Kirsten, the chick from The Good Place, was like filling in for Kimmel.
Oh, really? Kristen Bell.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, you Dallas guys? Are you guys hyphy for the Western Conference semis? Or are you guys just getting waxed? Like, is the town getting up, or is it kind of just business as usual with the Mavs and the Stars?
It's a little bit more hype than normal, I guess. I'm trying to go to the game Friday. So is Jack. The tickets aren't that expensive. They're like, I think $130 before fees for like shitty tickets. But regardless, the thing about Dallas is that there's so many people here that come from other places.
Yeah.
That the majority of people are Dallas fans. But it's not like if St. Louis was in
it's a lot like Scottsdale. Everyone moves to Scottsdale, and it's like, so I've been on the Suns. I said back on January that they were going to win the title, so I've got a future on them. Like I was asking because like shit, if I don't think the Mavs are going to make this a series, I guess we'll find out a little bit more tonight. But Game 6, maybe a little. I fly down to Dallas because I was wondering like if you guys are looking at tickets, that's some serious.
No, yeah, I'd be down for that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the pharmacy today picking up a prescription. This dude was hyped talking to the pharmacist about it. And the pharmacist was into it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see tonight. If they lose tonight, they're done.
Right.
I think. But I never realized, not to make it about sports, but I saw a tweet today too that said Luka is just running around out there at 0.25 speed. He kind of moves hella slow.
He's really slow, yeah.
Yeah, like he brings the ball up.
He's a lot better now, but like I think after the pandemic or like after quarantine, he like put on a ton of weight that he's like still working off. He's like, people watch his game and they're like, how is he doing this?
And I took the over the other night. I'm like, go, motherfucker. Like, like quit walking.
Dallas a sneaky under team in the regular season, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, you guys are getting up. So we'll see how things happen. We got the next game tonight. So we'll see. Okay, here it is. I rewatched the trilogy, and then I also watched the Batman at the comfort of my home. I could pee whenever I wanted to. Here are my final thoughts. Christopher Nolan's Batman is better. Come on. This is easy. This is easy. Pros for each of these here. So the music, it's tense, on the edge of your seat, more action, classic Nolan ending. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises were 10 out of 10s for me. And then I hadn't seen Batman Begins in fucking forever, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Like, I gave it an 8 out of 10. You could probably convince me for a 9. How about Joffrey? Did you get Joffrey's cameo in Batman Begins? Like, I was watching, I was like, this is fucking Joffrey. He was like 6 years younger at the time, but
where is he in it?
he was when it's the slums in between Arkham and Gotham. He's like the kid that Batman saves. Like, he has like a full scene.
I think I've only seen Batman Begins twice, and one of the is in
it's awesome.
grade.
Yeah, I like Liam Neeson's performance was great. I forgot how great Cillian Murphy was in it as Scarecrow. Like, that was good.
Scarecrow's a very underrated supervillain.
Yes,
movie, I think.
For me, the Batman, it was fine. It was good. It will not move out off an 8 out of 10 for me. It was a little bit slower. Like, the cinematography was great. Like, that hands down took it away. But it was also made almost 2 decades later. What if Nolan wanted to take a crack in this decade? I don't know. But it was darker, kind of like Joker, which I liked. But the weird ending. So we just lost. And it was like a long way of kind of setting up what's probably going to be a second movie.
And I'm really confused because they teased the Joker super hard for like the second movie of this new Batman.
Right.
But they just put out promo where it looks like Mr. Freeze is going to be the villain.
Really?
That would be cool.
So now I'm like confused. I think both would be super cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. No, I honestly, I hope for the second one they go the Mr. Freeze route, just because, I mean, the Nolan movies were Mr. Freeze. It'd be cool to see him, like, especially like with modern technology, what they can do with that character.
Because we didn't see him in Nolan's. Like, I would be cool to see how someone depicts that. I forgot how The Dark Knight was awesome. I forgot how epic super villain was Bane. Like, Tom Hardy it was crazy.
It was so cool.
I will say, so I was on a Christopher Nolan kick. I was like, damn, the trilogy is so epic. I rewatched Dunkirk last night. I about fell asleep. I don't know. I loved it the first time I watched it. I rewatched it. I was like, okay, I pretty much know everything that's going to happen. Like, I don't know what. I felt bad.
Quick stats here. So The Dark Knight was a 9 on IMDb. The Dark Knight Rises was 8.4.
The Batman's worse than all three of them in terms of IMDb rating.
8. So, I mean, he's losing by 0.2, I guess, to one of those 3. But
and I'm getting slammed on TikTok. What, you know what it is? I think it's Gen Z literally hasn't seen the Nolan trilogies. Like, literally, it's been so long.
Yeah. I mean, especially probably not like our Batman Begins.
Right, exactly.
Probably
all right, so we'll click this up and we'll see if people are easier on me now.
And here, the Batman Begins came out in 2005. So
yeah,
that's a good theory.
And the last Dark Knight Rises was 2012. It's been literally a decade.
Yeah.
And I remember we were kids when I think I was scared watching Batman Begins in a theater. I was that young.
Yeah,
Dude,
same. Yeah.
Bane was actually scary. I thought when they blew up the stadium, that freaked me out.
The opening scene when he's the villain purposely getting caught, you just hear him start talking. It's like, fuck. All right. My recurring segment throughout the course of the summer here, my 10 out of 10 movies. I just gave you 2 more. I'll give you an extra 2. Molly's Game, fantastic.
1000%.
And
Well, I had Dunkirk on here. I might have to revise that. Spotlight, one of my all-time favorites.
Spotlight's fire.
Yeah,
I've seen Spotlight. It's really good.
I don't know if I have.
Dude, you
Spotlight.
have to watch it. It's one of those movies where it's like, oh fuck, I don't know if I want to watch it, but I don't know if I wanted to have watched that, but it's so well done, and you're just like, holy crap, how is this? It's a depiction of real events with great actors.
Okay, yeah, I like those kind of movies too. I just read the description, so
All right,
I'm
so I'll release some more throughout the course of the summer. All right, without further ado, let's get caught up on this week's tea with Jack D.
All right. A wild fox killed 25 flamingos at a zoo. It pulled up in there and just killed 25 of them.
I wonder why he went after the flamingo. Well, don't the flamingos like have free reign of most zoos? So that's probably how he's just clipping them off one by one. Roll.
Yeah.
the Smithsonian National Zoo. That's a
Really?
tough a beat.
This is interesting. I don't know if they have different categories or whatnot, but on November 5th, Eminem will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I saw this. I was like, huh? I was like, who's next? Fucking Betty White? You know, what's the correlation?
I don't know.
I guess there isn't a rap Hall of Fame, so you know you got to induct Eminem somewhere. There should be a rap Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Damn. Are you sure it's not a rap hall thing?
I don't know. Where would it be?
I don't think
Atlanta?
I've never heard of one.
Grandmaster Flash and the. I'll get to the bottom. I'll let you guys know if there's one.
Yeah, I was confused, but Eminem part of the new class.
Okay, we already talked about Chapelle. Had that on there.
1992 Hip Hop Hall of Fame Awards creative by James Thomas, JT, the New York City native, Los Angeles raised hip hop connoisseur.
Stand corrected.
Yeah, but anyways,
Drake just can't not stop getting money. He just signed a $400 million deal with Universal Music Group. And he also, something funny yesterday is this dude was trolling him on Instagram comments. So he commented back and he said, I just followed your girl. Hopefully it brings some excitement to her life.
And he literally he slid at her DMs. It was like he was like, I could make it better for you, ma. Like him and Jack Harlow are just killing the game. You know, did you see those like that interview that's going viral with Jack Harlow and that chick from the Met Gala?
Yeah.
That dude is just every barrier down. He's just shooting his shot with every sentence.
At the end, she's just like starstruck by him.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, fuck.
dude, my buddy, like some couple of my buddies that went to Kentucky, like had him rap at their like fraternity, but they were like, they always just claimed him to be like the most unassuming guy, like compared to what he is now. Like he was just like kind of the small white guy, and then all of a sudden, like here he is now, blown up.
It's kind of like Pete Davidson. I mean, just two down to earth guys who are thrusted into kind of spotlight, and they've really kind of ran with it, but ran with it well, I think.
Yeah, for sure. All right, this is crazy. This doesn't even sound real. A man was arrested for carjacking a teen that he met on Fortnite, that he asked to like meet with in real life, and then he carjacked him.
Wait a second, a 14-year-old with a car too? What, he just whip his parents' car?
No,
out?
I think the kid was, it says teen, so he might have been 16, but yeah, this dude just pulled up and just yeah.
There you go.
But apparently the Fortnite update is fire for anyone who cares. There's a lightsaber.
Interesting.
We might have to get back on, Brendan.
Lightsabers before.
Tropicana is making a cereal that is made to eat with orange juice.
Oh my God, who's doing that? Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. Tropicana is what?
They're making their own cereal that's made for OJ.
Oh God.
What would go well with OJ in a bowl of cereal though? It's like,
I don't know. It literally looks like Rice Krispies or something. So like I don't know what flavor they got going, but yeah.
Check the sugar label on that one.
Added plus the OJ.
Yep.
Elon Musk is considering monetizing tweets to boost cash flow. So like viral tweets.
Yes.
Monetized.
How about so I saw yesterday he's taking it private for 3 years and kind of building it back up, letting shit simmer down and then probably hitting better market conditions probably, and then re-rolling it out with better monetization goal plan, etc. I saw the crazy shit where it was like, okay, so Elon bought Twitter for whatever, like 50 billion. Elon could buy every single professional team in the major 5 leagues in the US if he wanted. He could just like at least buy one in each league. I would love to do that if I had fuck you money.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like they literally like asked him at the Met Gala, like the lady interviewing him was like, there's a lot of like controversy with you. He's like, oh, me? Controversy, really? And he's like, people are saying you could have done something, like more charitable with your money. It's like, dude, like
he's living life.
All his companies are focused on like, I mean, at least Tesla is like focused on like
humanitarian
emissions. Yeah. Like, dude,
preparing for the future too.
Yeah, like whatever.
What if he bought the entire NFL and then just made it professional wrestling, where he just dictated the outcome of every single game?
But he could.
Yeah.
That's like what's wild.
I don't know. How do you say the capital of Ukraine? Kyiv,
I think.
Yeah. So I thought it was fake for a little bit because they were hyping it up, but the ghost of Kyiv was a real person, and he was killed in battle, and his identity was revealed.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
he needs a movie.
That's like I saw something completely opposite that said Ukraine confirmed that he wasn't a real person.
Well,
I've seen mixed reports.
No. I think you're thinking of the original video that like came out was a CGI for a video game.
Yeah.
Like, and they confirmed that was not a real video.
But then there was like rumors that he was a real person, just nothing documented.
And the thing about those video games is they actually do spend good time like trying to research like, I don't know, real sort of war situations and whatnot. So there could be some truth behind like why they chose.
And graphics are insane now, dude. I'll never forget. This was like a couple of years ago. I'm literally playing MLB The Show, and my father-in-law is like standing next to me, just watching for 3 minutes, thinking he was watching a fucking baseball game. Like thought he was watching a literal MLB baseball game.
I think Barstool posted a video that was I think it was the Cincinnati Reds, like the famous, like, oh, I consider myself a man of Christ. And
Tom Brenneman.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This is pretty crazy. Our very own Christian Verde was there. That Garth Brooks concert at LSU on their seism, whatever the graph is that reads earthquakes, that it was so loud in there during, because it's like Louisiana's anthem, one of his songs, that it was considered an earthquake because it shook so much.
Death Valley, that stadium like gets the fuck up obviously for Saturdays, but yeah, Garth Brooks, that dude is like Springsteen to people. Like it's crazy.
It's crazy to me that none of his music is on any platforms.
I know. Yeah. Is that smart? Like, is he? It's probably clearly smart for him. He's just doing his own thing, his own business model.
Yeah, he must not really care.
Yeah.
Space hotels are set to open in 2025 and 2027. So you can go up and stay in space.
Yes. Do you think, what are the chances any of us go to space? Like, is it going to be that common, you think? And, we got our whole lives ahead of us, but, that's what's exciting is like, what the hell is, we're going to be thinking in 10 years, hey, you want to go to space this weekend?
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
I think it will too. Today at work, me and a coworker got in a conversation about like his grandpa and like the things he's seen over his lifetime. And I was like, yeah, only when we're like 80, 90 years old, we're just going to be like in awe at everything that is possible. Yeah. Cause we're the generation that's living through like, okay, yeah, now you have a screen in front of you at all times. Like, yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I was back in Peoria for our Delta anniversary, like I ran into kids who
their freshman year was like COVID, and it was like basically their entire college years. And I was just like, dude, like I was just in awe of like, I feel so bad, the best time of your life just ruined like that. And it was multiple years, like, you took out fucking multiple years of a kid's life.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Okay, for some suggestions, this new show on Netflix coming out called Florida Man, which is created by Jason Bateman's company. It's a crime show about an ex-cop returning home to Florida to find a mobster's runaway girlfriend at his doorstep. Apparently it's supposed to be pretty good. And then this one sounds super cool. It's called Jigsaw, and it's Ridley Scott is producing it. And it's a series that spans across 24 years and tells the story of one of the most ambitious bank heists in history, where they attempt to steal $70 billion in bonds during Hurricane Sandy in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So that sounds pretty cool. And Gus from Breaking Bad's in it. That's one of the people. There's some other people.
I always thought he should get more roles. He was fun to watch.
Yeah, he's super good. And then, well, I've said it before, but Winning Time. It's awesome. Brendan and I are watching it. The finale is on Sunday. The next show I'm for sure going to watch is The Offer, which is that show I've talked about about getting The Godfather made back in old Hollywood with Miles Teller. That looks really good. And then Brendan and I watched, we binged it. I didn't get to ask Brendan how he thought it was. I thought the end of Ozark was awesome. But yeah, definitely catch up on that if you haven't watched it.
Is that the end or?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I thought so.
I think I'm 3 episodes into the second half. I'm enjoying it. It seems like they definitely came out with a bang for episode 8. More shit's happening. I peek at the IMDb ratings for each episode. Apparently the final episode just got like a 6.7, which is just terrible. Was it
Really
disappointing in any way?
I thought it was good, and Jason Bateman was good too. Directed it. And earlier today, I listened to a short little interview with Jason Bateman and the creator, which Dylan, I'll send it to you after you finish it, where they explain the whole last episode. It's super cool. The connections that I didn't even make watching it, hearing that. So
good stuff. Yeah. Those are selections. You got it. Yep. So selections with Jack D, the T as well. You can check that out at CorbettSports.com. All right, we've got our sponsor, right? My Custom Heart. Make sure to get your stuff for Mother's Day, but of course, you have year-round to buy. Just use my promo code Dylan for 20% off any order. The products are fantastic. And then the next thing is kind of like, hey, we're still selling our stuff, so we're getting excited. We don't have the product yet, but Joey's in the lab whipping up some koozies for summer. So that's going to be an epic product, and we're going to do. Like we've been talking about how you could check out all the new stuff on CorbettSports.com. We're going to do kind of a video re-rolling out. Hey, there's a lot more shit happening on here now. And we've got basically a full merch store. So a lot of different stuff you could buy for winter, kind of these limited edition shirts, and then koozies and Joey's passion project, Sporty Ball, coming soon for summer as well. All right. Appreciate it, fellas. We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys.